Bitcoin sideways, sideways, sideways. And yet we still find some good bounce levels. We are continuing to destroy these charts. What's going on our gang? Much love to you guys. Let's jump into it. Morning update video. Okay, so we had this level given yesterday in the Discord. We got the little bounce. And of course, we were sleeping. We were having a nice little snooze. I mean, you guys are doing it to me, man. We have 2-hour live streams now at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 5 p.m., where we go over the charts, we go over your favorite altcoins, and we also do a little bit of a training lesson, a little bit of a tool kind of rundown and stuff like that. So that's always fun as well. So make sure you join us there. And I mean, our Discord is firing off. So much love, so much alpha, so many people sharing because, you know, it is a free Discord, so you can join in the description below. But we do have Brewberry coming on, doing his show, I think, today. And Kyle with all the TA. Lunar Beaches coming in, dropping in a whole bunch of TA as well, including myself, giving you my setups and all the things that I'm looking at. So wonderful, wonderful group of people. Come and hang out with us there. And enough of that, let's get into the price. Okay, so the price is the price right now. It's pretty sideways and boring, right? So we do have our buy level that we did give in advance. You can see here that we're simply chopping sideways, right? Chopping sideways. And we want to wait for this move. However, we don't want to rush into things. Today, there is no news. Okay, so that's good. Jerome Powell spoke yesterday, and we had some news as well that moved the markets around 10 a.m., but nothing today, so we're aware of that. But tomorrow, non-farm payrolls, 8:30, unemployment rate, 8:30. Okay, so be aware of that coming up tomorrow. But nonetheless, today, what are we looking at? We're looking at very much the same thing. However, we can go over market Cipher and some trade setups. We also gave a good old juicy Solana trade, which is still valid. And we can go over some other things that I saw within the market. Okay, so first and foremost, we are chopping sideways. We're coming up to the high here. We're looking for a breakout to the upside, okay? We have our sell level above us around 68,000. This is a golden pocket. It is also a halfway point on this beautiful, beautiful downwards vector candle, okay? And if you did miss our live stream yesterday, the first hour with Trader Geo was absolute fire, where you can pick up some alpha and you can learn a whole bunch of new little tricks to add to your market Cipher / trading style, okay? Very, very crucial that you go and watch that video. I think you can learn so much from it. I've rewound it and watched it a couple times already. Okay, so very important to support fellow creators and also learn from people who are doing it in the business. Okay, so you can see here we're simply kind of in a downwards trend line here, where we're looking for that breakout continuation, as we talk about on the channel quite often, where we can look for something like that, where we're also looking for this to wedge its way down and then eventually break out or break down. Okay, right now it's a very indecisive moment, so you want to position yourself well where you're looking for shorts and longs at the tops with tight stop losses to prevent yourself from getting wrecked if it does decide to break out on you. Okay, so this is a nice little range, but it is something to be very cautious about. Let's go into the daily. Okay, so the daily here, it's something we're keeping our eyes on because it is starting to posture to the upside, okay? We do have continuous money flow to the upside, which is a good sign. And then you can also see that we do have our VWAP pointing upwards now. So we could be looking for a mini little anchor trigger. Even though this isn't a full anchor trigger, it is nonetheless continuation, right? And you can see that continuation throughout here on the charts as well. We were looking at our 3-day here as more of a line in the sand. However, we're not getting enough prints right now, so I'm going to throw that out the window. It's always good to readjust and rethink your strategy. Okay, so looking at the 2-day here, and we can see there's a little flattening out. So we want to see the flattening out coming in on the 2-day here, and this will come in a day, but it is something to be aware of that we did just get a print and a confirmed of a red dot, so this could be coming down as well. So patience, patience, patience is what I stress. And now you can see that we do have this kind of broad, this wedge for a breakout here, looking for that continuation to the upside. However, we'll see if we do find support here right now. It's very tricky right now because we are just chopping sideways. Okay, looking at the daily, we can see this is looking like it wants to come up. Let's see if we do by the end of the day. Okay, going into the 12-hour, trying to front run this daily now. So we can see that we are getting the 12-hour VWAP crossover that is coming, but this candle does not look that strong, so I would anticipate it just to flatten and come to the zero line. So we're going to be at the zero line on the 12-hour. Like I said yesterday, we wanted to wait for 2 candle prints, and by the end of the day tomorrow we could have a better idea with the 12-hour, so we will go over the 12-hour a little bit more in depth on the live stream. However, this is very indecisive. Doji candles, chop, 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 right? So let's just wait. We could roll over. We could go higher. So it's something to be prepared. We have our lows and we have our highs. So we're looking to go into much longer term shorts or longs coming up our way. Going into the 4-hour, okay? So looking at this here, you can see our momentum wave is starting to anchor trigger, which is positive, and you can see VWAP has a nice posturing to the upside. This is looking good alongside with the stochastic, so looking for this to push up as well, bottoming out hopefully, but money flow is red, okay? We were talking about how money flow was looking healthy, and now it has come out, okay? So this needs to come back up into the green, and hopefully you can see just the money flow, how choppy it is as well, and you're getting these elongated VWAPs, okay? So you want to see VWAP be more tight, and you want to see going back to the 4-hour, you want to see money being steady, right? And we're not seeing that right now. So very, very cautious per tail when we're looking at this for that continuation. We have a red dot to anticipate next, so let's hope this pushes down before we get that kind of red dot, green dot continuation kind of pattern, okay? Just to be cautious here. We want to be cautious, right? You can see here we're in this kind of, see if this was more aggressive to the upside like this, like if this was like that, okay, we do have the bottom structure here, but we don't have the top structure here. If it was more like that, then I'd be like, okay, this is a bear flag and we're going down. However, we are in a very short-term downtrend here. So we're supposed to be cautiously favoring the downside action, but we are still making higher lows along the way, okay? So this is one thing to note, is that we are still very much in the bull run. Nothing's really changed there. Massive adoption. Larry Fink just keeps buying more dang Bitcoin, okay? And I actually did a DCA of about $5,000 into my tax-free savings account into a ETF, because that's the only way you can get into it with your tax-free savings account. So might as well get maximum exposure, okay? So looking at this in the short-term time frames, the 1 hour, a little bit baked, so we want to see the bounce off the zero line within the next couple of hours. Also with the 2 hour, you can see we're getting that kind of choppy push to the upside. Hopefully we see something like that. We got our nice anchor. Hopefully we see the trigger push us up and over and continue upwards and onwards. Okay, we want to get up to that 68,000, reclaim the vector candle / golden pocket area, which is marked out right here. Or we want to see that fake out where it's coming down, grabbing liquidity, and then continuing to march out. I am a favor of this one because I do know that we do have, everybody's yelling about it, is that CME gap, okay? So the CME gap is literally right below us here, and we haven't filled it as of yet, so we're just waiting for that kind of deal to happen as well. One thing to note on the Dixie has been rejected here, and we're about to make a lower low. So this is important. If we do drop below here, we have taken out this low, and that would mean a change in structure heading to the downside, which means upside for risk on assets. Okay, so that's something to note as well. I always check the Dixie just to see kind of where it's at. We had our golden pocket sell wall, and this was really beneficial. We made a lot of money to the upside here because we could see the Dixie was dumping. We're looking for the very similar thing where the Dixie is dumping, and we can make a lot of money. Okay, so we look for the retest and then the continuation, as long as it takes out the low here. Okay, and that would be indicative of today. Okay, let's see if it does it today. It's very close. So that would be some good structure to the downside for the Dixie. It's absolutely been rocked. So let's see it continue to dump, and that's positive for us on Bitcoin. Inverse correlation, right? Going over to the heat map, we can see that we have BitTensor. AI's got a little bit of a pushback today. That's a good sign. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is somehow trending, and we do have our meme coin dog with hat. Okay, and if you like a dog with hat, why not an Alex O crypto with hat? Okay, so going over to Solana trade, the Solana trade is still valid. You can zoom in here, and we were looking for that golden pocket bounce. Okay, we're still looking for this continuation. You can look for a double bottom kind of deal here, and a continuation onwards and upwards. Solana's kind of leading the way. You want to see it take out these highs and continue making these higher lows, okay? Very nice little setup. Going over to Tau. Got to get rid of that. Tau's making higher highs and higher lows. This is a good sign for the AIs. I'm coming up to the naked point of control. So with Tau, it pushed out, it retested, and it's continued upwards. Okay, so looking healthy for Tau, getting back above this key level of support, which is very important. Okay, so as long as it holds 572, I would look for it to rotate between this area like it has already. Okay, and then you can go across the board. Looking at render, that could possibly pop up back up. Okay, I'm looking like it's a little bit suppressed right now, so we can look for the AI coins that are lagging Tau and look for them to move as well. So I would take a look if you are trading any AI coins to go through, take a look and see if you can find any possible trading opportunities within the AI coins. Okay. Also, looking at ADA, we were looking at ADA last night. We were waiting for this little breakout. It looks like it's getting pretty close, so there could be a breakout trade on ADA as well. Overall, the market is chopping sideways, guys. So we'll be very cautious within this environment. Dog with hat is starting to pop off a little bit. You can see it is in a mini downtrend, trying to get out of there. So hopefully we can find some more trades. I know it's been a bit hard to watch Bitcoin right now, so let's see what we get. But thank you guys so much for your time. I'm going to go and have a good rest of my day. Much love to every single one of you guys, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace.